draw with my hand. Hear the shadows follow me over the hills in the evergreen. Trade my soul for a chance to carry on into the wild. Na, 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 na.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
For the next 4 hours, y'all get to hang out with me and Margaret. Well, me at least. Margaret, who knows?
Who knows? I might disappear again.
You are allowed to disappear, and other friends may appear. We don't know.
Who knows?
They're-
I can't even. It's so weird being on this end and not being able to see everyone who's here. That's just weird.
Well, I can tell you that you can see almost everyone who's here. You can see half of the people who are here. You can see yourself, and there's two. So,
Love it.
if you are not here from normal Amazing Readathon Faceoff sprints and you're like, what the heck is this? There's a link down below for all of the things for the readathon and all of the hosts for the month, and the playlist is linked down below. So if you want to pop into the playlist so that you have sprints for the next, hold on, I'm going to do math.
4 hours.
18 hours? How many hours are left?
There's 48 out. 40.
48.
We've done
We're at
8.
40.
There's 40 hours left.
24 hours for some reason, and then my
I was
math
gonna
is like, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
No, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, there's 40 hours of sprints left, so if you want to come and hang out with us,
There's a playlist too.
playlist is linked down below, and it'll automatically take you to the next people. I did set it up so that you will automatically be teleported to Neva, who is next. I don't think Neva has the required amount of subscribers to teleport the next group, so you will want to be
On the playlist.
And
You're on the playlist? I'm not on the playlist. That's why it didn't go straight to you. Woo. Although I've been having issues with what is the word? With frickin' YouTube.
I'm like, I don't know, what is the word?
What I don't know what words are, man. I didn't try to do that for a living for a while.
Neva says she'll be here shortly.
Yay.
So we're just gonna say hello to all of our friends, and I also, if I get through all of my Percy Jackson reading this weekend, I'm gonna hop over to the witch graphic novels as well.
Oh, nice.
Let us know what you're reading if you want us to know. Also, feel free to keep a secret how well you're doing if you don't want other teams to know how you're doing. We appreciate you subscribing. Last weekend, 3,000 subscribers. It was great.
I pulled this up so I would have, in case anybody needs help on fiction.
We never know who will be hosts. We don't plan things ahead. We just have a channel that we share the link in and go, come hang out if you want to.
I think they're wondering if Brianna is going to show up.
I think
that's what's happening.
She was probably done for the night, but you never
I think
know.
so as well. And all I saw was that she was taking a nap around the same time. I was like, I'm going to take a nap, guys. Bye. So,
food. What did you order? That's the important question. Must know. Enjoying a bit of a thunderstorm. We just had like a torrential downpour, and then it stopped, and the sun is out. So, hello, Bex. Purple team leader reunion. How epic! Yes, we
we just need Zoe. Although I know Zoe's not feeling great, so.
Zoe's not having a good day, but maybe next time. Banicula. I seen that somewhere yesterday. Who was reading Banicula? Leandra. Leandra was reading Banicula. I've seen it in her blog. Beth's having pizza.
Nice.
Love it. Pasta bake.
At some point.
Pie in the fridge. Listen. 2.5 days is 36 hours. Yeah, that was me right there trying to do math. So I feel that.
No, that's not right though. That's 60 hours.
That was me trying to do math. I
Where's
should
my book?
not be allowed to do the math.
There's a reason that we have a spreadsheet doing the math and we're not doing it ourselves.
Exactly. Reading remains undisclosed, but going well. I like
Nice.
Monica and I like to joke about who gets the farthest behind in their story review updates on Instagram. I'm only 3 behind right now. Well, no, because I've finished 2 books today, so now I'm 5 behind. I was only 3 behind.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes at the end of the month, though, I have to do like 20 before I can start the next month, and it's not pretty.
I mean, you're reading a lot of books though, so that's good.
Not this month. It's been a time.
Yeah.
Frozen pizza.
Well, we've got so much we do too.
We do. We have a lot. We've done 8 hours already. Yeah, I just can't. I can't math. It's fine.
What is math? Nobody knows.
Need to finish Thornhedge.
Heather, where are you? I would like to also be at this warehouse clearance sale of books.
Right. Please and thank you.
You just send me the address, man. I'm kidding. I'm probably not even in the right country.
Just me and my closest 170 friends. Yeah. That's it. Normally we have like 7 friends, including today 170. It's fine. Most of my reading is undisclosed too, but rest assured, I am not where I wanted to be. It's fine.
Neither am I. I had to go to the library.
So do you have like a specific book that you're type of book you're focusing on for the weekend, or are you just like
I am busting my way through some manga.
Okay.
Is what I'm doing. I'm currently working on Dinosaur Sanctuary 3. And yeah, that's what we're doing. This is the last Dinosaur Sanctuary that I have because my Barnes & Noble didn't have volume 4. But it does have a map.
I heard the map part.
I was like, this is cool. This is like a weird, because they do this, like the full color stuff. And then I was like, wait a minute. It's the map in full color.
I mean,
you gotta love it when a manga gets popular enough that they can put that kind of stuff in the volumes.
Oh yeah. I have downloaded like the companion novels to the Percyverse. So like
Demigod Files,
Camp Half-Blood Confidential.
Yep, and then there's one more.
The one I'm reading right now is like the one for Magnus Chase, where it's like explains how the hotel works. There's actually another one as well for the Roman gods for their camp.
There's 2 for Camp Half-Blood. There's one for Camp Rome or the Roman camp, and then he has some for I think they have one for the Kane Chronicles and one for Magnus Chase.
Yes.
Don't know about Trials of Apollo. I haven't read any of them yet, but I need to.
Technically, the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles is a 2.5 of Apollo.
Okay.
So technically that one is for Apollo.
Okay. In that case, I am not aware of that one's existence.
Well, I found like 5 or 6 of them, and they're all like 3-ish hour audiobooks. So I downloaded all of those, and then so I can listen to those like while I'm driving or doing chores or at work this weekend. And then I downloaded the Percy Jackson graphic novels to read while I'm sitting here with y'all. So my plan is to just go through like all of the extra Percyverse stuff that I haven't read before this weekend, which theoretically should be doable, but I probably won't make it all the way through the graphic novels because I think there's like 7 or 8 so far. There might be more. I'm probably not going to make it through all of those.
I was going to say, I think they have at least all of, what's it called? The original series in graphic novel. And then I think they've moved into the Heroes of Olympus. My Percy Jackson collection is a little bit incomplete, I will admit. So.
I mean, I don't own them, but I got them from the library, so.
You've seen my videos. I have an entire shelf. We lost you, I think. Uh-oh.
Do I exist now?
You're back! Like you're talking, and I don't think you muted yourself.
No, I hadn't. I don't know. I pulled the mic closer because Devasia was talking about it going in and out. So
yeah, it's kind of fading softly in places, but like I can still hear you. You weren't gone like you were a few minutes ago.
I wonder if it's like canceling like background noise and getting rid of too much, maybe.
Yeah, it might be getting rid of your voice too.
Which is rude. Anywho, we'll just roll with that. Anyway, no, you can't go to where Heather's at because she's in Western Australia.
I mean, I could. I just don't think I would make it in time for the warehouse sale.
Yes, also fair. Tanya's having leftovers for dinner, which is also what I had.
Yeah.
I took taco leftovers and made nachos.
Nice. I usually make a taco salad with taco leftovers.
I do as well, but our lettuce was questionable. So I just like cut off all of the edges of the lettuce that was brown, but then that made for only a little bit of lettuce. So I made nachos instead.
Nachos. I have couscous with zucchini and tomatoes for dinner tonight. And I need to go cook the chicken.
Couscous is one food that I can't. It has like a weird texture to me, and I can't get past it.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know. I don't know why. It just is one of those foods that just doesn't.
I have I get the couscous, so it's almost like just like little mini pastas. I haven't really done the like small kind of grainy couscous. That reminds me of quinoa, which I don't need to be reminded of.
No, quinoa is also not a fan.
Quinoa's okay sometimes. I used to eat it quite a bit, but like you have to wash it so much for it to not taste like shit. Or bitter. It just tastes bitter because it's got stuff in it that makes it taste bitter. And I just am like, for it to taste good, that's so much effort.
Also, like, how much water do you waste washing it?
I don't know. I mean, I wash my rice, but my rice washes real fast. And if I don't wash all of it off, it doesn't taste weird. So
no, it doesn't ruin the taste.
I will take rice any day.
I like the rice. We're gonna do an hour sprint. Beautiful. I don't know how many sprints we're gonna do or how long they're gonna be. I don't have a rhyme or a reason, but I know that we will be ending 5 to 10 minutes prior to midnight so that we can roll over into Neva's channel. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'm still alive then, because that's past my bedtime.
I took a nap, or attempted to, with all the thunder happening. So
you know what happens when I take a short nap, so I did not nap. I would not have made it to my own sprints. We would not be here right now. I'm going to go take a short 30-minute nap. Wakes up 3 hours later, a whole different person is sprinting. So, that was not a thing that we did.
I very rarely fall all the way. Like now, if I fall all the way asleep during a nap, it's going to be a 3 or 4 hour nap. Mm-hmm. But it's very hard for me to fall all the way asleep when it is daytime, unless I am super tired.
That's the only time I fall all the way asleep is during the day. If the sun is out, I could sleep literally from sun up to sundown, but I can't sleep for more than like 45 minutes at a time when it's.
Oh, I sleep like shit at night too. It's just that like during the daytime, it's so annoying. I'll be so sleepy while I'm trying to do things, and then I'll lay down and my brain will be like, okay, we're laying down now. We're awake. And I'm like, you mother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I often don't take short naps, see?
Yeah, that's why a lot of the time I don't lie down for a nap if it's after 4 o'clock, because if I nap after 4 o'clock, it just makes it harder for me to sleep.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
We will be using Margaret's timer. If you don't know, Margaret has made all of these timers for the amazing
Yes,
readathon.
thank you. This one is funny because it has both the most, and it was both the most complicated timer I've ever done while also being the less complicated than the normal timer. I don't know how that worked, but like it was.
You didn't have to get pictures from the internet and make sure it was actually from the place that we were at.
I mean, the graphics for the timer for the normal timer are really easy because I just need to like double. I find a couple of identifying landmarks. I make sure Canva has those landmarks in the pictures I'm looking at, and they're all kind of put it in. Done. It's the scrolling bit that's the most complicated part. But this, I did so much typing for this. I was on sprints yesterday, just like, yeah, yep, typing in city names.
It's fine.
I had a whole shot list for this one. It was hilarious.
I've seen it. It's scary.
I sent that to Brianna. She's like, I don't know what that means, but awesome.
I also don't know what it means, but it looks terrifying, and I'm glad you're the one doing it and not me.
Each different graphic has its own number, so that was how I kept track of which graphic was where.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
I'm apparently still cutting in and out, so I'll try to work on that while we're away.
Oh, Caitlin got one of the Easter eggs for sure. Who knows? It might have some relevance.
You never know.
Some of the numbers have relevance. Some of them don't. Some of them have relevance to something completely not related to the amazing readathon. So.
All right, we're going to get started, and we will see you guys in an hour. Welcome back, friends. Ooh. I hear myself. Where am I?
The ghost of StreamYard is here.
Why am I echoing?
You're good now. It's because whenever you share a screen for like a couple of seconds, StreamYard is when you take it off, it does that.
Like, I'd be spooky.
It used to do that in the beginning, but it stopped doing it like a couple years ago.
Clearly,
Yeah.
It's back. Excellent. Okay.
Work on it.
The ghost of StreamYard.
All right. Well, all fun things, I guess. We had new friends join us while we were away.
Hi.
We got a Neva and a Bree. Would either of you like to share what you're reading, or are you keeping it secret, or are you just here for fun?
I am reading The Scepter by J. Bree. It's the prequel novella to whatever that very popular book is. Wow. I can't remember what it's called because it's sitting in front of my light is sitting in front of it. Crowns of Oaths and Curses or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, it's a blank of blank and blank.
It's a blank of blank and blank. Oh, okay. But it's an 88-page prequel novella. I'm reading for fantasy, so I thought that was applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. How about you, Neva?
I'm reading Leatherlock. And
How's it going?
I mean, she's going great. Okay, but here's the thing: is that she might have to get put down, and I might have to find something else that I can do via audio, because there is a lot of moaning and growling.
So what you're saying is the audio is not safe
Here's
for
the
work.
thing: they did so okay. So she did so well with Butcher and Blackbird, and I understand that this one she had to find like new people, kind of like last minute, because originally she was gonna have the same two people doing all of them, which would have been fine. But the male narrator for Butcher and Blackbird is a creepo. So there's that. And so the narration in this is really good. The problem is that she did this one the same way she did Butcher and Blackbird. So it's like the dual narration where like they're reading their own parts within each other's chapters, which would be fine, except that instead of like Butcher and Blackbird, where there wasn't a bunch of she moaned and then a sound effect, this one they say she let out a small moan and then you hear her
Oh no.
moan, and then he growled in this book, and I was like, I can't. So this might become like my nighttime book, like my book that I read like after everyone's asleep and the lights are out and I need something to read. So I'm gonna try to find something that's short, or at least something that's audio.
The new Christina Lauren, not new, but the Christina Lauren novella is on Everand.
I think I read that for 30 and 30.
Oh, JK.
Maybe I should reread it.
The orange one?
Do rereads count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm really in like
there's also a ton of like little romance
I'm
novellas.
just gonna go look on Everand and I'm gonna see what I can find, because I love you. I love you too. I did turn my Everand back on specifically for this weekend, and then I'm gonna cancel it after this weekend.
That's fair.
Because I haven't had it. I honestly haven't had it for months. Like I stopped paying for it months ago.
Yeah.
And this may just have to be. Honestly, I'm loving the book. Like I love the characters. The narrators are good, and then they lost me when they started moaning, and
that's fair.
Whatever. So now I understand why people are not loving the audiobook. It reminds me of like Akatar. You know how they did the graphic audios? That's what it reminds me of.
That's awkward.
Not quite as bad as those, for sure, but I'm just scared that the spicier this gets, it's gonna get worse. Yeah. So I am 56 pages in. and I am enjoying the book itself.
Okay.
But I think I might have to find a different audiobook to listen to.
That's fair.
Cool. You could just find something like short, and then that could be your physical read.
So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. And because I do also have it on my Kindle. I have it in all three formats. We won't talk about that, but it's gonna be fine. Also, I have to go nitpick Ari's hair, which is gonna be great.
Ooh, we found some knits. That's never
Oh
fun.
yeah. Well, I decided that we would just do mayonnaise because it's like it'll smother them. And so we did the mayonnaise. I let it sit for an hour, and then I put her in the shower to rinse the mayonnaise out. And like they're dead now, but there were definitely things in there.
Yeah, the thing you have to watch for now is like the eggs, because
Yeah, so I put apple cider vinegar. I sprayed
Yeah.
her hair with apple cider vinegar, and then I'm gonna pick all the nits out, and I'll wash it, and then
Yeah.
again. So she's gonna be up past bedtime, but it is what it is.
geranium oil will also help. That's what I asked my mom. I found out that's what's in Head and Shoulders that makes it so the lice just cannot exist
Interesting.
on your head.
Yeah, if I need to, I can go buy like some Head and Shoulders too. Like, it's not a big deal. But I'm gonna wash her hair, and then I'll do another mayonnaise treatment tomorrow. But I told her, I said from now on, we're doing a mayonnaise treatment once a week. And she was like, "Why are you putting food in my hair?" And I was like, "Listen, dude, I'm not doing this shit again. Okay, so either we're doing mayonnaise once a week, or you're staying in the house the entire summer." And she was like, "I guess."
We had many times that I slept with, and this probably isn't great for your scalp, but I slept with Head and Shoulders sudsed up in my hair, and then that would just, they were gone.
And anything that's
Inside the
fabric
comb.
that you don't want to wash, do a high heat in the dryer.
Yeah.
Because the heat will kill them as well.
I knew before I even got it rinsed out, because I'd taken the shower cap off. I just bought like disposable shower caps. And she got in the shower, and I said to her, I said, "Does your head feel less itchy?" Because I could see it. Like, before I rinsed it out, like, I could see that they were, like, dead. And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Cool, so the mayonnaise worked."
Yeah. And then really hot water on her head, as hot as she can stand.
Yeah. So
Because
she's going to be
again,
fine. I mean, I had a little bit of a mental breakdown during Brittany's Friends. I had to, like, turn the camera off. Like, I had just got on, and then I was like, well, now I feel bad, because I, like, missed the whole chatty bit, but I, like, started crying. I was, like, freaking out. And Ryan was like, "Babe, it's okay." And I was like, "My anxiety."
Lice are so annoying and like so time consuming to deal with.
Right. Well, and then she like cried the whole time that the mayonnaise was on her head, so I felt bad. Because she's like, "I don't want this on my head." And I was like, "Okay, but I swear it's gonna help, dude."
It will help. Let me
It's
see if
also
I
really
have a
good for your hair. It makes your hair shiny.
Yeah, and her hair is so soft now after I rinsed it out.
Yeah, it's some people do a weekly mayo treatment on their hair for fun.
I used to when I was younger. I don't now. I just leave it in braids all the time.
Also,
This is how long my hair was when I had lice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Her hair is not even that long, but it's long enough.
But it's curly, so that means that it's harder to comb stuff through. But yeah, I just wash with Head and Shoulders for the summer. It'll probably do a good job of just keeping them off of there. You just gotta be careful that like you condition well so that her hair doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
So, because it can be a little bit stripping if you use it too often.
We had a bunch of friends join while we were sprinting during that, and somebody said Margaret was going through it.
This manga, guys, I love them so much. They're such disasters. Like, I can't.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's finishing Olympus.
I have that over there somewhere. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I figure I will do Bridgerton after Faceoff is over.
I have to start from season 1, so yeah.
I'm doing nothing except reading and pattern painting until Faceoff is over.
I watched season 3 and then rewatched seasons 1 and 2. So
Julie showed up too. Hi,
It's
Julie.
a Julie.
Emily wants to know what shenanigans are going to happen because Bree's
They're
here.
happening right now in this moment.
This is the shenan.
Literally
This is
right
the
now.
shenanigan.
This is it.
We have lived to shenanigan.
I can't even tell whether that was Sherlock or Watson because he wasn't there long enough for me to see
It was Watson.
Watson.
He's the one that has a haircut right now. Listen, it's expensive to get their haircut, so they're on opposite schedules.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't blame you.
Audiobook, and it's terrible, but I can't stop listening, of The Unhoneymooners.
That book is a train wreck, and I love it.
Is it really?
No, like it's so good, but like the book is a train wreck.
Knowing the premise, that doesn't surprise me.
Knowing who wrote it, that doesn't surprise me.
Like I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars when I read it. That was a long time ago, but
The Unhoneymooners, that's Christina Lauren, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Is that that's the one about like the sister?
yeah, where like they have to
She
go.
goes
Like
with the brother-in-law.
it's just such a ridiculous premise.
It is a ridiculous premise because like her sister is getting married to his brother, and then they take the honeymoon because they all get sick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved that book.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
right.
an absolutely ridiculous premise.
And a lot of people that read it like after it came, like that read it like in 2022, because there were a lot of people that read it in 2022 were like, "Ew, so many HP references," and I was like, "It was written in 2019 before we
I'm
really
pretty sure it
started."
was even earlier than that.
Yeah.
I think it was published in 2019.
Was
So it
it?
had to be written before that, yeah. Because I checked, because it did throw me off a little bit at first, and then I was like, well, maybe this was written like prior.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if it was published in 2019, that means it was written before that.
Yeah.
Anything written up to 2021 could have potentially been written before they knew.
Right.
Even into 2022, potentially, depending on what the publishing schedule is. Because, like, I know of authors that, like, their book is done and finished and just waiting to go out. And it's sometimes a year before it actually goes out between their final deadline.
Especially for something like Berkeley.
But if it's been published in 2024, you get no pass. Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Published a book this year and it still has Harry Potter in it.
Mm-mm.
You immediately get Dr. Stars.
I mean, that's a title.
There's been
Why do I know that name?
There's been 1,814.
I think he's a
YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Yeah, he is. I
Did
see.
you
I
say-
recognize his face too.
1,800 and some number of books. in the last-
1,814 books submitted.
That's like
Wow.
200 an hour.
Since noon.
We're not even 12 hours in.
It's like 200 books an hour.
Yeah.
That is like 200 books an hour. That's crazy.
Impressive.
Though to be fair,
And yet, only 7 items have been found by at least one team.
Go back to that number.
and I mean,
I've forgotten the number already, but it was a lot.
I guess
Oh,
there's like
wow.
1,400 people.
There's a little over 1,500, yeah.
So everybody's read, like, on average, one-ish book.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
But yeah, only 7 items have been found.
Oh,
Just 7.
Just 7.
I mean, we haven't surpassed the
Speed it
number
up,
of people
guys.
that are in the readathon yet.
Well, you know.
Because y'all were all hunting for the hards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would never make things hard for people.
Good job.
I was reading. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was talking about how like they've read more this month than they did in 2023 and 2022. Like in each of those years, I'm like, we are doing good work.
We are doing.
There were people that said that last year too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing great, but I'm glad everyone else is.
I'm doing decent. I'm not
Yeah.
doing as well as I did
Decent.
last year.
I'm doing okay. Sheer, I'm doing all right.
I feel like I'm keeping up about with where I was last year. Although we're doing better on Faceoff than I did last year.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm doing way better this year than I did last year. Last year, I don't know what happened. No, I do know what happened. I decided to do a 24-hour challenge during Amazing Readathon last year, and I was like, this will be great. And I did read like 4 books in like a week's time. Like,
And then you didn't read anything else the rest of the month.
and then I burnt out. I was like, I'm done. Because I read Pucking Around during Amazing Readathon last year. And I did finish that book in like 2 days, but like even so.
Yeah.
This is also true. There's a lot of people reading graphic novels and manga this weekend. So
And that's part of why we do this too, because it's fun.
I definitely haven't read my city book for the leg that we're on currently.
I finished mine
you
this
should
morning.
do that. That's probably a really good idea.
I'm working on mine. Kevin's a little bitch.
Is that the name of it?
Wow.
No, I think it's
This is
If
true.
you've read Beartown, Kevin's a little bitch, and I love Benji.
Absolutely. No, she's reading Beartown. I'm sorry.
Aoife, I texted Aoife when I got to that scene, and Aoife's response was the most Irish thing ever, and I just had to sit and laugh.
Margaret, I just want to say I'm sorry. That's all I want to say. Because Beartown's one of my favorites too, but Aoife always beats me to the punch with getting it on her list. So
I mean, we weren't allowed to make lists this year.
yeah, this time we weren't. Yeah, which is fine.
I can't read it, so
Yeah,
I'm out.
it's very good the way that Bachman is doing this, but like,
It'll rip your heart out though.
yeah, it's an emotional damage book.
I know it's not one for me, so
Yeah,
That's fair.
unfortunately, because everybody talks about how good it is all the time, and I'm like, darn you mind.
Have you read
Mhm.
anything else by Bachman?
No. One of these days I will get there.
I feel
eventually.
like Anxious People actually would probably be like a good introduction, because that one, despite the title sounding like it's, anxiety inducing, it's actually kind of like a comedy of errors,
Oh, we love a comedy of errors.
right?
I'm like, how anxious do you think I need to be? More than I am already?
No, like it's very much a like almost like slapstick, but
Yeah.
but then add a dash of anxiety.
Just a dash.
So like, that's funny because like I would describe A Man Called Uva as a comedy of errors, but add in suicidal ideation.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
This one is much less comedy of errors.
Yeah.
Um,
well, yeah. Beartown is like he like had something to say, and so he wanted to say it.
Heather's out here telling Shay to go take a nap because she doesn't want Shay to keep submitting books.
Listen, y'all.
Right.
Anxious People is like literally about this person who like tries to rob somebody, but then has so much anxiety about robbing somebody.
That's a freaking Shakespeare comedy.
It is.
That's like that's the side plot that the characters get into while the main romance nonsense is happening.
Oh, let's see. I need to reset a timer. How long are we going to go for this time? Are we going to do another hour? Probably.
I'm with Shay. I slept through most of Brittany's sprint
I tried.
until Brianna summoned me. Like I didn't sleep, but eyes were closed. I was resting.
See, I had all of me grand intentions too. And then it was like every time I would be like, okay, everything is settled. I'm going to go lay down for a little bit. Then like somebody would be super close to like getting their next item. And so then I'm like, okay, gotta wait for this. And then like I'd get through that team and then the next team would do it. And it was like, I sat here for like an hour and a half. I'm just like,
They were conspiring against Brianna's nap.
I was like, guys, I just want to, I'm trying to be able to be on Neva's sprint tonight. So I have a Celsius.
I will probably take a small nap during these sprints with the sound on, so it scares me awake. Because I think I'm going to pull an all-nighter. Since I'm 8 a.m., I'm like, well, I've done it before.
Unfortunately, I have to work in the morning. So,
It's unfortunate. We don't like that for you.
We
right.
don't like that for you.
I can hang around tomorrow later into the evening and possibly into early Sunday morning, but tonight I need to actually sleep so I can get up in the morning and go to work. Yay.
So
Look, Danny's offering to pull an all-nighter with
There
you.
you go.
I mean,
if I'm on sprints, I should be fine. Like I've never done an all-nighter. Like even when we were at my church, like I would find a corner, and I was a youth leader, so I probably shouldn't have, but I would find a corner and I would conk out for at least a couple of hours. But I can do it if we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, I'm physically reading right now, so that's better.
Yeah.
Because I have to like actually focus.
Yeah.
okay. We are going to go into another sprint if I remember how to get us there. Like I don't do this every week. It's fine.
You
Hey,
haven't been
I
doing
do it
this for
every
as
week and
many
I
years?
still don't remember.
It's fine.
Fine.
We're going
Well,
to do
you
another
do this
hour
every week.
and then we'll come back and we'll see where we're at. And then we'll probably do another hour, maybe. And then we'll go to Neva's channel. Who knows? I will see you guys in an hour. Welcome back, friends. We did sprinties. How did everybody do?
That was a
I
dinner.
read some more of E. McCoy, and I made dinner.
I did too, but I didn't read.
We're just like in sync today, apparently.
I didn't read though, but I made a
I
new
only read, like,
pasta.
For 5 minutes.
I made a new pasta sauce. I
Ooh.
learned that if you blend up cottage cheese, you get all of your protein without it tasting like cottage cheese.
I remember you told us that.
So I tried it tonight and it was delicious.
I bet so, because cheese is yummy when you melt it and stuff.
Right?
I say, having only ever melted fake cheese and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what, do you know this?
I'm obsessed with, so there was a recipe that I did that because I had the fake mozzarella still from when we did our pizza party. I just was like, well, it calls for Parmesan and you're supposed to melt it in to make a sauce. So I just throw that in there. And now I'm obsessed with melting it into with my veggies. Because it just makes things so creamy.
Can you have goat milk?
I cannot. We tried.
Oh, okay.
We tried when I was a baby, and that also got me.
Gotcha. I had a friend because we had goats growing up, and I had a friend that was allergic to dairy, but like she would get our goat's milk all the time.
Yeah, some people are able to do that. I was not. There's a reason for it, but I can't remember what it was.
It's because they share one of the proteins, but not the other. Yeah. And most people are allergic to the one that's just in cows, and you're probably either allergic to both or the one that's in both.
Yeah.
Which is rude.
I know, right? But knowing your allergies, you're probably allergic to both because you're allergic to like planet Earth.
Not bad. It's mostly just just in everything.
Fair. Yeah. I have a friend that's allergic to like trees and pollen and grass and dirt. And so like basically if she goes outside, she just like is instant, like breaks out in hives. She is like always on Benadryl or some form of.
I am weirdly allergic to my skin getting cold too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I will break out in hives if it's too cold.
I say I'm allergic to the sun because if I walk outside and the sun is out, I like have a sneezing fit.
Oh. No, I tried to be a lifeguard when I was in college, but the training was all in a lake in May. And so the lake was still really cold. And I had to back out of the training because I would jump in and just break out because the water was like 70 degrees.
You live in a bad place to be allergic to the cold.
Well, it's more the drastic change. Then, like if it's just all cold, then I'm fine. Yeah. It's just when my body, like, I don't know, maybe I'm like half reptile.
No, that makes sense though. Your body just doesn't like your body reacts to drastic changes in temperature.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that you and Margaret must have been born on another planet.
What?
You guys must have been born on another planet because you're allergic to this one.
Probably.
I'm allergic to grass and I'm allergic to oak pollen, but funnily enough, I am not allergic to oak leaves.
Interesting.
So if I needed to eat them, I could.
One on a list of very
still have. Oh my god, do I still have? I still have my test from last time we did my allergies. And like I was so bad at that point, but like everything was like a 3 or a 4.
Oh my goodness.
And like it's a 5 scale thing. So.
We had more friends join us again, and more friends are reading things. I finished another book and then started another book, and I'm almost done with it.
Rude. I mean, at least it was 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
15 minutes to go, not 15 minutes in.
I've literally gone to my library physically to get the book in person to read the last chapter when that's happened to me before.
I would look in, since it's only like a little bit of time, I would look and see if the physical book is available from the library, and you can just like physically read the last chapter or so. I don't do a lot of physical reading because it gives me migraines, but I have done that before because the audiobooks are usually have like longer wait times than a physical or a digital, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And like I'll be like right at the end and the audiobook will go away. And so I'll download the digital book and just read like the last couple of chapters. Usually I can get away with that without my brain wanting to fall out. Popcorn. Supper started a new audiobook.
Uh-oh.
DNF to the Honeymoon Crashers and read Eat the Rich.
Oh, I have that one on my TBR for the weekend, but it's only 3 hours, so I'm like.
Some people reading the same thing that I think Margaret's reading currently.
Yep.
I think everybody's reading that.
There are a lot of people reading it right now. It's like the personification, like how I feel is the personification of that GIF from Despicable Me, where it's like, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. That's how I feel right now.
All right. 20 pages. All Systems Red. I just bought that one the other day. It's over there, hanging out. I've bought a lot of books this month. It is not going to be pretty. Everybody's reading things. Kraft now makes a non-dairy mac and cheese.
I've heard that that's actually pretty good.
Margaret,
I don't know
you
why
have
I'm
no
muted.
sound.
I know. I don't know why it muted me for no goddamn reason.
I just seen this.
I was just saying, like, it was worse when I was a kid because it was like eggs, milk, wheat. Now it's just primarily milk and some like weird veggies. Like I can't do cucumbers raw. I can't do strawberries.
My sister was allergic to strawberries when she was little. Actually, like all citrus fruit.
I was allergic to citrus for a hot minute. And let me tell you, as someone who grew up in Florida and absolutely adores orange juice, it was the hardest time of my life.
Right.
Can't eat peanuts now. But I've learned to live with that.
Be in a bubble.
Yeah, I have to be on allergy meds now because I have a pollen allergy that I didn't have as a child.
Ooh.
I hate that has developed. I'm like, I didn't have enough going on.
Right.
Meg says she also has that immediate cold, breaks out in
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I've like never heard of anybody else having that, and I'm just like over here breaking out in hives because it's cold.
I had a friend that had a psychosomatic allergy to sunscreen.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, it was like it didn't matter what sunscreen. She just like, if you put it on, it made you break out. I would see about going to an allergist if you're curious, because knowing what your allergen's in, or at least knowing what to narrow down, because like I was allergic to so much as a kid, we had to like start with, okay, this is everything you have to cut out, and then we narrowed down because some stuff I wasn't allergic to. Like
you take everything out and then you reintroduce.
Yeah, you take everything out, and then some of the lower level allergies, they're like, okay, that could just be your body reacting because it's so stressed, which is what my allergist told me the last time I got, why I was all the 3 or 4. Or it could be a genuine allergy, and so they have you eat and they monitor you and stuff like that. That was a dermatologist that did that, I think, or an allergist, I don't know. But it can be very useful to have that list of things because your life becomes so much easier. Like, I mean, your life is going to be a little bit more difficult because now you have to look for it, but it makes your quality of life much better.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask.
Ew. I am also allergic to red dye. Or a red dye.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. My mother's main key into that was she said when you had any sort of red medication, you became a devil child. I'm fine now. Like I can like Benadryl is pink.
Yeah.
I had to take the expensive clear Benadryl for so long. But yep, I've done that before.
Put it in airplane mode so they can't take it away.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, no, you need the end of that book.
Yeah, the end of that book's definitely
Yeah.
needed to be.
That's one you need.
That's, I mean, you know, the last 40% of it, you just sob the whole time. So
Sure.
And one thing I didn't know about allergy meds until much later is that Benadryl is not formulated for you to be like it's an acute medication.
Mm-hmm.
So like you should be taking it when you're having an acute incident, but like it's not something that's meant to be taken every day. Because like Claritin did shit for me when I was a child. And Zyrtec, like they didn't do anything for what I needed it for. But now that I have actual allergies, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be taking this every day instead of Benadryl. That's cool. And then you take Benadryl when you're having a really bad day.
Right.
I haven't tried that. I haven't tried that actually. No, I have not. I may have to. I tried Auntie Anne's at one point and I was not impressed. Many children have that exact reaction to red dye.
yeah. Can you hear my angry cat meowing outside the door?
I cannot hear your angry cat meowing, but you could let the cat in and they could, you know, be angry in here.
I will when we go to the sprint. Because the door is all the way over there. Okay. Hives on the arm, the AC vents on, and localized. Move the vent off the arm. Hives went away.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
amazing when you have that moment when you're like, this is what's doing it. Yeah.
I also can't take Benadryl. I break out in hives from Benadryl.
Yep.
What do you do when you're allergic to allergy medicine?
Whoops.
There are other medications out there because I know I was reading somebody did a thread about how like they are like need and EpiPen levels of allergic to Benadryl, and like every time they go in for an allergy thing, they have to end up like telling the ER like I cannot have Benadryl. Like it has to be notated in giant letters because that's the first thing any ER wants to do is have you take Benadryl.
Right.
They're like, I can't take this. I will die. So like I know that's more difficult to like get stuff for, but I do know there are options.
Developed an allergy to dogs.
Me too. I always had the allergy to cats, but I did develop an allergy to dogs. So far, Schmidt and Cassie are the only dogs that haven't bothered me.
Now we know everybody's allergy.
Yep, I knew that one. I knew that one because they changed when I was about 10.
Which is rude.
Yep.
Okay.
And also, like, what are the more serious allergies versus what are the less serious allergies? Because there are some things, like, I'm allergic to, but I don't check for or don't worry about if they're in my food. And there are some things, like dairy, that I'm like, I absolutely cannot have this unless you want to pay for my hospital bill.
Yeah.
Rihanna had to feed me for, like, 5 days, so she knows.
You did.
She's used to it. Okie dokie. We are going to do a final sprint. It's going to be 45 minutes. That way we've got plenty of time to check in and then hop over
check.
to Neva's channel. And I'm going to remember how to do all the things. Ta-da. And then I got to go and do things and then finish a book. So we will see you guys in 45. Okay, well, that was the final sprint for us here.
This is the ultimate showdown
Ultimate Showdown.
of Ultimate Destiny.
Okay. If you say so.
There is one person in the world who probably gets that at this point, because I don't think anyone but me and my brother saw that video.
That's fair.
It is so old YouTube.
I just know that was the end of the final jam. That's all I've got. And you have to say it like 16 times to get your point across.
There you go.
Never works. Anybody finish anything during that sprint?
I finished my book.
I finished mine and I moved on to another one.
Same.
I did not finish, but Ari is now asleep with her hair slathered in leave-in conditioner.
Nice.
I'll be
I was
damned
like,
if
wait, did you let her go to bed with mayonnaise on her head? That's gonna
Oh,
stink so bad.
I've been rinsed out like a while ago, but then she had to sit for an hour with the vinegar after
Mhm.
getting vinegar on her head. And I think I
Yeah,
got all of it. I think I got all of them out, but we washed her hair so she doesn't smell like a fucking salad. And then we and then I put like just a shit ton of leave-in conditioner in it, and I put one of the disposable shower caps and then her bonnet over the top. So I'm hoping that like
You're just like suffocating anything that could be there.
right, just die. Like, you know what I mean? Because like when I washed her hair out, the only things that I saw, they were all dead. Like there was no eggs, but there were just some like carcasses that were dead. But I also found a new book to listen to. This one's much better. There's no weird sound effects. So
That's good. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to What the Hex by Alexis Daria.
Oh, okay.
It's on Audible. It was like, I think it's like 3 hours at one time speed.
It
or
sounds
something.
cute.
Yeah. I'm listening to it out loud. So I'm listening at 1.5 and it says I have an hour and 13 minutes left. I mean, it's pretty cute. It's about like a chick that she's like from a family of Brujas, and her magic doesn't work anymore, but she goes to, like, her sister is supposed to be getting married the next day to her mortal enemy's brother, because of course, you know, why not? It's an enemy's lovers. And her and the mortal enemy figure out that their families are possessed by demons. So there's like forced proximity, magic, enemies, lovers. I mean, like, I feel like I'm not giving this justice and trying to describe it because it's only like a 3-hour audiobook. But like, it's cute, you know, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. It took me 14 days, but I finally got a 5-star read.
Amen.
So love that for me.
I don't know if I've had one yet.
Also, that book is only 88 pages, Neva. So
Wonderful. Okay, well, I added it to my thing, so if I need a book to just, I mean, I'm gonna read Leather and Lark, but it's gonna be like a Kindle / physical read.
Yeah.
I listened to another chapter of it, and the sound effects got worse. So I was like, you know what? I'm glad I have the physical book.
This is not gonna work.
Like, I'm glad I have the physical book to like hold up like in my vlog or whatever, because vlogs seem to do better if you have like a book to hold up.
True.
But I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm trying to debate because I still have time to return the audiobook, but I don't know if I want to return it.
Did you get it from Audible?
Yeah.
How far in did you get?
Not very. Like 10% before I was
Then
like,
yeah, I would.
I would return it. If it's an issue of like the performance being weird, I would return it and I'd rate it.
And honestly, that's my issue with it, because like the book itself is good. Like, I like the story, the characters are cool, It's just the performance is.
You already, I mean, you
There's
already
just too
bought
much
one
moaning.
copy of the book. So.
Yeah, you already paid. You already like supported the author.
Yeah, I bought. Well, and I bought all 3 formats. So
Yeah,
I have it physically and on my Kindle both. So
there you go. The book was The Scepter by Jay Bree. It's a prequel novella to her new romantasy trilogy series, whatever it is.
As we've said, blank of blank and blank.
A blank of blank and blank. I don't know what it's called.
What a mood.
it says
What a
it's also
mood.
on Unlimited.
Yes, it is on K. Well, I know that the prequels are. I think that the actual like one is
I
too.
needed this for a reason. I don't remember what the reason was.
I didn't think I was sitting here trying to think if I had a 5-star this month, and my brain was like, no, you haven't. But I read role playing, so I have.
Ah, yes.
That was also my 5-star. It's the only 5-star I've had this month, I think.
Me too.
That's why I had my phone out. I was checking to see if I'd had a 5-star book.
Yeah. I'm not rating the like the companion books that I'm reading to the Percyverse, because to me it's like, no one, if you haven't read the Percy Jackson books extensively, then you're not gonna read it. So it's not really like it's
like
not
a
really a
nostalgia
rateable
for
thing to
you.
me. And honestly, these graphic novels, if I didn't know the story, I would have no clue what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was just rating it as a graphic novel, I probably wouldn't rate it very highly.
That's valid, though. I feel like you should let them know that so they do better next time.
I feel like it's like you can follow the story along, but there's so many things that you miss because, again, they're, putting an entire novel into a graphic novel form.
Yeah. And you can do that well, and you can do that poorly.
Yeah. It's good for like if you want to do like a recap of like I am on hold to read the next book, like the 6th book in the Percy Jackson series.
Right.
So like it's a good way to read through and like refresh my mind of everything that's happened up to this point without having to like reread all of the books.
Yeah.
Because even as I'm sitting there going, oh, they didn't show this part, oh, they didn't show this part, oh, they didn't show this part, but I can assure you I would not remember those off the top of my head. But like as I'm reading through, I'm going, oh yeah.
I can't wait to see what you think about Chalice of the Gods. It's one of my favorites.
I kind of forgot about it, that it existed, until I was looking through for things to read this month and was like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yep. It's Rick heard people going, I would read a book about a shopping trip with these characters and was like, hold my beer. I'll give you that. But with the normal Percy Jackson shenanigans happening as well.
Haven't had a 5-star since January.
Oh,
I'd quit.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Amy, that sounds like you need to reread a 5-star, man. That sounds like you need to just get reset your reading mojo.
I would quit. Like if I wasn't, I think I would quit. I was like, nope, I'm done reading forever. I'm done.
I'm done reading.
I've had 2 5-stars so far this month, and one of them was a reread. Everything else has been 3-ish and 4 stars.
Yeah, same.
Everything I've read this month has been a 4-star, except for role playing.
I think 4 stars is my most frequently given out rating, because I'll be like, I like this. It was fun. But it wasn't, Percy Jackson.
My average ratings for the year have been right around 4 every month.
Yeah.
So, I'm not finding a whole bunch of 5-star books that I've like absolutely loved, but everything I've for the most part, most of what I'm reading is good. So. She needs to get in a little more reading before she calls it a night. Just like 3 or 4 more books.
I should read Coraline someday.
I have it. Ow! I said ow because I dropped my phone. I didn't hurt myself. I'm fine, actually.
Are you sure?
No.
We're getting to Jess's bedtime.
Yep.
Past Jess's bedtime. We have reached that part of the evening.
Oh,
Yeah. I have Coraline was one of the ones that I downloaded to read this weekend if I have more time for an audiobook. Only had 4 or 5
4 or
stars.
5 stars seems about right. I gave out 10 all of last year, which made doing my best of the year books really easy. I didn't have to like stress about like what book am I leaving out. So
It's fine.
Don't
If
yawn.
no one has anything else that they would like to yell about, we should skedaddle so Neva can get to her own channel
yeah.
to do her own sprints. Yes, the automatic owl.
What a mood.
If you're here watching this, you should be automatically teleported over to Neva's channel. Unless you're on a television, it doesn't do that. So you'll have to go by yourself. If you are also in the playlist, which is linked down below, it will also teleport you to Neva. If you've been relying on teleportation up to this point, Neva cannot teleport you to the sprints after her. So you need to go to...
Unless all 200 of you want to go
playlist.
subscribe to her. And
Yeah,
then by
unless I
tomorrow.
hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of my sprints.
That's right.
Technically, it would be
So-
199 because one of the people watching right now is me, and I am already subscribed.
There you go. So if
There
everyone
is
goes and subscribes,
There is
Then
that.
we can
Fully
continue the
different.
I'll support you. But unless you all go subscribe, I alas cannot.
Mhm.
So you cannot rely on teleporting after this. You need to make sure you're on the playlist. Okay. Everybody
That's
wave.
why I'm using the playlist.